In the quiet cradle of the eastern mountains, where the mist kisses the pine trees and silence is a sacred sound, stood a monastery known for its discipline, simplicity, and peace. It was a place where young men came to master the mind, and where one young man had come to escape effort. His name was Kenji. Kenji wasn't evil, he wasn't unkind, but he was lazy. While other disciples rose at dawn, Kenji rose at dawnish. While they swept the temple floors, Kenji practiced the art of leaning against things. During meditation, he snored so softly that birds mistook it for wind. He had convinced himself that peace doing nothing, that effort was ego, that sleeping was spiritual. But the monastery's master, Ryokan, watched, not with anger, but with quiet eyes that saw beyond appearances. One misty morning, as the sun hesitated behind the hills, Master Ryokan called out to Kenji. "Tomorrow, before the sun rises," he said gently, "meet me at the stone path. Bring nothing but your presence." Kenji yawned and nodded. Another one of his riddles, he thought. "I'll show up, pretend to listen, and sneak back to bed." He didn't know the mountain had other plans. At dawn, Master Ryokan stood on the stone path, holding a small burlap sack of rice. "Kenji," he said, handing it over, "climb the mountain. Every 5 steps, plant 1 grain. You do not return until the task is complete." Kenji blinked. "Plant rice in stone. Nothing will grow." Ryokan only smiled. "Perhaps, but some things grow where we least expect." With a groan, Kenji slung the sack over his shoulder and began. 5 steps, 1 grain. 10 steps, another. The path was steep, the wind harsh. The sun rose and the rocks burned beneath his feet. Kenji stumbled. He cursed. The rice spilled. Birds pecked at the grains. He shouted at the sky. He nearly turned back 100 times, but he didn't. Something strange began to happen. As his body protested, his mind focused. Step, count, plant, breathe. No thoughts of food, no thoughts of comfort, just presence. By sunset, he reached the peak with an empty sack and trembling legs. He had never felt more exhausted or more alive. Kenji staggered back into the monastery. Ryokan was waiting, sipping tea. Kenji dropped the empty sack. "That was pointless," he snapped. "Rice can't grow in stone." Ryokan looked at him, calm, kind. "You're right," he said, "but discipline can. You walked miles. You fought the wind. You stayed present. You proved to yourself you're not weak, just unwilling. Laziness is not peace. It is a slow decay. Effort is not suffering. It is the birthplace of growth." Kenji's eyes widened. He had come to escape effort and had discovered its power. Night, Kenji did not return to his nap spot. He swept the courtyard under moonlight. He meditated without slouching. And before dawn, he stood on the stone path, not with a rice sack, but with a clear mind. He had climbed a mountain of stone, but more importantly, he had begun to climb the mountain within. Laziness whispers comfort but steals your strength. Effort may seem empty, but it plants the seeds of self-mastery. Discipline is freedom.